introducing our brand new podcast, The Underground Queens, hosted by Ky'Ara
and Kiyana.
Now, if you are a Southern Belle at heart and you love to keep it classy, but you really a hot girl in your head, this podcast is for you, sis. Join us every Wednesday as we grind it out together, challenging our perspectives, learning something new, laughing at our pain, affirming each other. That's the most important part. And proudly standing in the fact that we don't know what the hell we doing sometimes, but we gonna figure it out.
That's right, sis.
How you doing, sis?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I'm here. Healthy. Can't complain.
Right. COVID-19 ain't got nothing on us. Man, we say that. Anyway.
So I can't complain. I'm just happy to be here. Still standing. Still fighting another day.
Snaps to that.
What about you, sis?
I'm doing good, can't really complain too much. Family good. I'm good. I think it is very important that we introduce ourselves to our audience.
Okay, well.
You go first.
Kiyana. I am 28, the great 28. And Mississippi girl, we Southern Belles. Yeah. I'm a mother of one. And I love shopping, encouraging people, helping, and...
What you do? Like, what's your job, girl? Tell the people what you do.
I do a lot of things, actually, at my job, too much. I do customer service. I do sales. I help with marketing, social media, help with promo at my job. So I do so much.
Right.
At work. And then, you got your jobs outside of work as well, things that I do. We got this podcast going. Right. And I just try to balance everything out. I'm in school right now, too. So I'm a full-time student, full-time mom, full-time worker. So full-time girlfriend, whatever.
Go on, say it, girl. Let the people know.
I do a lot, wear a lot of hats.
Right.
But work it out. So that's pretty much it. It ain't too much to me. I'm as simple as it get, easy person. That's it.
Okay. I like that. I'm Ky'Ara. I don't wear that many hats as Kiyana. Well, I mean, I guess I do. I do.
Yeah.
I'm a buyer for an industrial company.
Look at that sound professional.
No, it don't. I be buying shit.
From industrial.
I be buying stuff, microwave. No, I'm kidding.
She be shopping.
I'm a professional shopper. They pay me to shop for them. So I'm a mom of one. I'm a career woman. I have many side hustles. We all gotta have our little hustle game going. Definitely, I'm a mother. I'm a girlfriend. I'm a
all right.
co-worker, just trying to figure things out. Some days I'm on it, some days I ain't. I think that's pretty much wraps it up of who I am. But I think this is a perfect segue in today's topic. Our main topic today is, who are you really? I feel like we wear a lot of different hats and we have roles and responsibilities that define us in a way, but really those are not who we really are. Like, who are we really deep down inside? Right. And I think that's a perfect segue for us to dig a little deeper into, don't you think?
Right. Yeah, because, outside of work, you're not the same person, because sometimes, I won't say I put on a show, but, I'm not who I really am in my comfort zone outside of work. So we're going to go a little bit deeper and, let you guys know who we are, who we really are. So, Ky'Ara, let's start off with you. Who is Ky'Ara?
That's a deep question. I think Ky'Ara is a giver. I think Ky'Ara is a light. Like, I try to be a light in people's lives. I'm a positive person. I try to be a little funny. I'm a little corny. It's okay. I could own up to that. I feel like I'm definitely someone you can call on, someone who's not judgmental, who, pretty much can listen. I'm a listener. I'm a lover. I love people. Like, I cannot, if I don't like you or have had differences with you, I still love you to the point where you still can call on me. I'm never too that petty of a person to where it's like you can never call on me. And sometimes that's too much for people because, you have people that take advantage of that too. But if we're gonna keep it real, if we're gonna keep it a buck, sis, sometimes I'm a people pleaser. Sometimes I can't say no. It's so hard for me to say no sometimes. Let's keep it a buck. I mean, I hate being wrong sometimes. I don't like to draw a lot of attention to myself. I like working behind the scenes. So like with my friends, I make sure I uplift my friends in certain ways that sometimes I neglect myself because I'm pouring so much into being a mother, being a girlfriend, being the big sister that I don't really pour into Ky'Ara. So, sometimes I'm really, really classy. Sometimes I like to keep it really, really nice, bougie, you may say. But sometimes, I could be a little ratchet. Sometimes you play the right music, the right song.
Juvenile.
Put a little juvenile, a little boosie on, you might see a whole nother side of Ky'Ara. But yeah, I think that's definitely who I am at heart. I'm an overthinker. Who are you, sis? Who is the true Kiyana?
So Kiyana, aka Kiki.
Kiki.
That's what they call me out in the streets.
In the streets.
I am authentic. Like, I like real stuff. I try to be as real as possible. I can't be fake. And I'm also very loyal. Like, if you're my friend, family, if I love you, like, I'm like rocking with you. Anything, that you need, I'm right there by your side. Like, I'm big on loyalty. And like, if you look up the word loyal in the dictionary,
tell me what it
say Kiyana.
Kiyana, she's right there.
Picture. My picture and everything is right there under loyal. Like, I'm supportive of everybody that I love, and I'm really, really positive. That's something that I have grown to get into because, like, literally, like, I've trained my mind. Like, no matter what is going on, I always see the good. Like, even if it could be the worst event or worst day ever, I'm gonna find a piece of positive in that situation. So yeah, I've trained my mind to see the good in every bad situation. Like, I don't care if I had the worst day, I'm gonna find, even if this is the smallest thing, the smallest piece of positive, that I can find, and just, it just kind of helps with encouraging yourself. Like, hey,
right.
This happened, but hey, this didn't happen. So it helps me to keep my head up and, keep focused and, not be too hard on myself. Cause sometimes I'll get in those modes. Like I'm super critical of myself. Like, right. I'm a perfectionist.
You are.
You know this.
Yes, I do. Yes.
And I have to kind of try to be like, okay, Kiyana, it's okay. Nobody's perfect. Everything is not going to be perfect, but it's okay. But I still be trying to get it as close as possible as I can to perfect. So I train my mind to, kind of not be like that anymore. And I just have a really, really big heart. Like, I really love helping people. Yes. Like, I love blessing people. That's why I can't wait till I get rich, because I'm taking care of all my people.
Right.
Bringing everybody up with me,
Yep.
I just love to see the smiles on people's faces. Like, it really just makes me feel so good on the inside that I could be a blessing to somebody, even if it's the littlest thing. And even with this podcast, like, I hope that we are inspiring, even if it's just one person.
One person.
That's all that matters.
Right. And I feel that, in society, we're taught to be this girlfriend, this perfect coworker, this mom. But, it's so hard for us to wear those hats, but also stay true to who we are as a person, as our true person. And I feel like it's harder to carve out time for yourself. I feel like now, maybe like in the last couple of years, people have been more like self-care and self-love. So I feel like we're doing better as a society, but at the same time, it's so hard to find that time and to actually spend that time on ourselves. As my grandma always say, you can't pour from an empty cup.
You can't.
Why would you have a cup of juice and then you're pouring into these different cups, but they're getting only half of you or a fourth of you or 2 drops of you? Like, fill you up. That's and true. Then you can pour for everybody else.
That is true. I like that.
So together, me and Kiyana have compiled a list of helpful tips, because sometimes it's hard to know who you really are and to know what affects you, what are your triggers, what is something that you do to pick yourself up. It's a continuous battle, but we compiled a list, very short list, of how to get to know ourselves a little more and how to re-tap into that when we're losing ourselves a little.
Right. So one of the things that, I'm pretty big on, like as far as with finding yourself and, getting to know who you are and getting in tune with your inner self is pray.
Yep.
Pray and do whatever heavily comes to mind. Like, I can't stress this enough. Like, if you keep thinking about something and getting those signs, you got to do what heavily comes to mind. Like, you're thinking about this and these signs are coming for a reason. Just do it.
Right.
Don't be scared. That's what life is about. You got to get out of your comfort zone. So if you think about it every day, you need to execute. You need to do it. It don't matter. Like I told myself, it don't matter if it's not perfect. Just do it. And you're going to figure out the kinks and everything along the way. So listen to your mind, follow your heart. God might be trying to tell you something. Just do whatever comes heavily to your mind. That's the first thing.
And since we ain't trying to push the Lord on you, but as for us in our house,
we praise the Lord.
We serve the Lord. But what? Find whatever God, universe, whoever you talking to, focus on them. But as for us, that's what we do. Like I said, we ain't no experts. We don't know what the hell we doing. But at the same time, this what works for us. And I think another good tip too is consult with your tribe. When I say your tribe, I mean your homies, your girls, your family, people that know you the best. And I think this is a good indication of who is in your tribe too, because I feel that your family know you, your friends know you. So sometimes you may have a skill or an ability that comes so naturally to you that you don't even notice is a skill or ability. For instance, I've always wrote speeches, wrote poems, wrote in my journal, but I've never considered myself to be a writer or to write really well, or until one friend was like, girl, can you review this for me, for a class? And I was like, sure, and I wrote, and she was like, you just, you articulate your words so good, and you come up with these big words and this and that. I'm like, girl, I just wrote. I mean, I didn't, but you have to pay attention to those little things like that. And with me, you may even have to ask them, like, what do you think I'm good at? Or, what do you think I could possibly do? And I feel that a person that's there for you, they know, and they may not know exactly what it is, but they'll be like, you did good with that, and I feel like that's really important,
right? Because they'll see things that, like you said, that you don't even know about yourself,
right?
Like with my sister, like I tell her, like, you are talented, like with
very
hands. Like I said, you need to quit playing and go and do this hair.
Quit playing. She was
makeup, and I'll like send her classes. Like they'll say, oh, I like how your hair looks. Well, oh, my sister did. Well, she's really good, and I be telling her, and she don't feel like she's that good at it, but I already know she won't be a hairstylist, makeup artist, everything, the whole shebang. So yeah, you're right. Consult with your tribe. Ask them what they think, because sometimes you need that extra voice or opinion,
right,
of you and the things that you do that you don't even see.
And you may not be like 100% sure or good at it, but once you get that suggestion, like your sister that does hair, once she got that suggestion, only thing she has to do is just tap into it a little bit more.
Exactly.
Like just tap into it a little bit more, show it a little bit more attention, and see where it takes you.
And that goes into another one too. Like you got to try things, new things.
Yes.
That. You gotta do something you never done before. Like, especially if you're kind of lost or confused, like, what is it that, I should be doing? Like, what is my purpose? Just try stuff. Even if it, don't work out, just go on to the next. I tried this, this didn't work out.
Right.
Go on to the next thing. Just start trying stuff, and you'll figure it out along the way. You never know until you try.
Right. Like with me, and I hate to keep bringing it back to moi, but with me, with crafts, how people be doing like little DIYs. Yes. Oh, just paint this and it'll look like this or whatever like that. Child, that ain't my ministry in life. I cannot craft nothing. But I had to go through that that awkward and ugly and that's horrible looking stage to know that ain't you.
That's not right.
That is not me. So, you know, pay that money to get homegirl down the street to do it, because that is not you.
And that will go into our last topic. Well, last bullet point. You have to live. We only get one life, y'all. One life. And you got to live to the fullness.
Right.
You only get one life, so you need to give it all you got. You can't expect for things to come to you if you're going to, you know, be lazy and not do anything. Like, it's not going to just fall right in your lap. At least for most cases, it's not. You got to get up, get out, do something.
Grind it out.
Is that a song? You got to get up, get out, do something.
Dang it.
That's true. That's true. And in order for you to tap into purpose, you got to do some things. One of my famous Otis P. Carter, he said.
Otis P. Carter the third.
This stuck with me. This is from one of my.
I already know what you're going to say.
If you don't do too much, you won't know too much. So
hold on. Say that one more time, sis. Slow it down for the people.
If you don't do too much, you won't know too much. And that always stuck with me. If I never listened to anything else that he said, that stuck with me. And that's the motto of life. And I didn't understand it back then. I was like, well, okay, whatever. And now as I got older, you know, I kind of comprehended a little bit. So yeah, if you don't do a lot of things, you won't know a lot of things. So just get out, live life, you know, to the best and fullest of your ability, and soak in that knowledge just to get closer to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing.
That is a song. It's by Outkast. Get up and get out. I had to look it up, sis. Yeah, get up, get out.
I was like, that sounds familiar.
I know. It was like, it rolled off the tongue so good. Speaking of Otis P. Carter III, you know, tangent, he also said something too, and it's crazy, but fake it till you make it.
Oh yeah, he did used to say that a lot. Yeah.
But he used to be crazy. He said, fake it till you make it, or you can't fake the funk.
Yeah, you can't fake the funk.
But I think it was interesting that he also said both, because sometimes you do have to fake it. You do have to, you know, you don't know everything. So you have to act like sometimes you have to put yourself in that position to like, look, I ain't that boss lady. I ain't that boss B, you know, but sometimes you got to fake it until you make it, and that will open up new avenues. You have to have that attitude of the boss B before you become the boss B. You know what I'm saying?
You right, sis. You right.
But at the same time, learn them skills, build yourself up, know who you are while you're learning to be that boss B. So once you become, because you will become that boss B. Once you become, you can't fake it no longer. You have to have something to back that up. And I do have another one too, Kiyana.
Okay.
Journaling. I know it's so cliche. You just write out your thoughts and just journal, but it helps so much. And I have journals from where it's like, I'm so confused, I don't know what to do. And then I have some journals to where it's like, oh, I kind of tried this one thing and I tried this out and it led to this and it led to that. But journal either your thoughts, journal exactly how you do. If you don't know what to write, they have so many journals with prompts. So many journals with healing, so many journals with like going through a breakup, trying to figure out yourself. Me personally, I can just write like I'm talking to y'all, and I can be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I want in my life. You know, I don't know who I am. And then I literally just wrote, who are you? And just start naming stuff, good and bad. And then it kind of just shows you, how do you view yourself? When you write things down on paper, it definitely changes a little bit.
Right. It's like you're releasing like a toxin or something like that when you're writing. Because I do the same thing sometimes, even if it's with my goals. Sometimes like I'm constantly always reevaluating myself and what I want out of life and writing these things down. And it feels good. Like when you start accomplishing this stuff, you're able to scratch these things off of your list. And I journal just simple stuff or things that I've gone through in the past. And it's amazing when you look back.
Ooh, yes.
I was going through this year, this day. It's crazy because I've grown so much for that. I was actually looking at my one of my journals not too long ago, back from high school.
Wow.
Graduated from high school. I was like, wow. And I've come so far. That was like almost 10 years ago.
Don't say that. Don't tell them people that. Don't tell them people that.
Like, wow.
Ooh, child, don't remind me.
I was nervous nervous about starting college, and look
at you,
graduated,
got 2 degrees since then. We're going to talk our stuff. We got 2 degrees since then and had a child working in your career. Now you're on your 3rd degree and you was worried about college.
I was, and it's so crazy. It's just such a blessing to be able to look back in your past life and be like, hey, I was worried about this, but I overcame this.
Right.
Now we on to the next.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Can we put your business out in the streets? People be nosy anyway. So if you're interested in promoting your business, brand, platform, or whatever it is that you want people to know about, hit us up. Or if you're interested in just sponsoring an episode or 2 of the Underground Queens podcast, feel free to email us at theundergroundqueens with a Z podcast@gmail.com. Again, that's the Underground Queens podcast @gmail.com. Or DM us on Instagram at the Underground Queens, or you can even hit us up on Facebook at Underground Queens. We look forward to working with you and helping putting your business out in the streets.
So that pretty much is going to wrap it up for today. We just want to take the time out to thank you guys for listening and tuning in. And if you want to keep up with, what we have going on in this podcast, just make sure you follow us on all social media handles. We have Instagram, on IG. We are the Underground Queens
with a Z.
Yes. Yeah, the Z. And then on Facebook, we are Underground Queens. And if you guys have any suggestions, like any topics,
yes,
if you want us to talk about something, shoot us an email. You can send an email to the Underground Queens podcast @gmail.com. And we're openly welcome to any tips, tricks, anything you guys have or want to hear about. So just shoot us an email. And if you want to follow us, your girls, on our personal social media handles, right. I don't really be posting a lot, but my IG is Kiyana Collins. That's Kiyana Collins. And you can follow Miss Ky'Ara as well.
It is Key Lady, KY_LADY. Yes.
So until next time, tune in every Wednesday on all podcast platforms. Underground Queens podcast.
Don't forget, sis, like and subscribe to the podcast. Send it to all your girls. Send it to your cousin. Send it to your cousin's baby mama's sister that you somewhat kind of don't like, but she need a little motivation in her life. Send it to her too. Feel free to reach out to us about the podcast, and we would love to hear from you. And remember, you're 100% that queen, sis. Bye.